You should use yourself, please.
Come on. Real sad.
Can I ask you a question? Which is, what do you feel about violence and the knife crime?
Come on, man. Every day there's people getting stabbed up. Man, seeing my brethrens dying, that fam. Man had enough of this shit, you get me, fam. Man, them are not using their fist. Their mentality's fucked up, I'm telling you. People are going inside jail every single day for carrying a knife. It's so dumb, man.
Do you think you need a knife to have some kind of protection?
Of course, if you're in a gang and people are onto you, of course you have to roll with it. What if another member's got a knife? What are you gonna do? Use your fist?
So you think a knife will protect you the full way?
Of course, man.
Have you used it before, the knife you carry around?
Of course, man. That's
Has
the
it
way, my brother.
Has it ever landed you in any kind of problem with the police?
Never that. Never.
You're fortunate, but you know the charges that come with having a knife in possession when you get caught with the police.
Yeah, bear man get birded off still, not gonna lie.
So, which means you're willing to do the time of being caught with a knife.
Bro, as I say, you see, I chose to be part of this life.
So what led you to have you carrying a knife all over the place?
Obviously, man was on my strip, innit? And I had a few ops around near my area. And one time I got caught slipping. And then I learned from that day, I have to roll with a shank. I have to move savage. You get me?
For the many people that don't know what's the meaning of ops, yeah, can you explain and elaborate how they became your ops and what's the meaning of the name ops?
Obviously, it started off with my boy getting shanked, so obviously they're my enemies, my gang rivals.
And do you know any of these people that you call ops that have you ever grew up with them or went same school or
Of course, we went to the same schools, but let me tell you something. School, all of us were friends at school, innit? But then it changes when you bang for an end. You get me? People change.
Do you ever look back and think I could have lived a different life?
Of course, bruv. No one wants to live this life. We're just out here making bread, you get me? And there's certain man who get onto you, they're hating on your grind, you get me? And there's ops out there, you get me? There's people after, man. There's a lot of gang violence going on, you get me? So what other way are we supposed to protect ourselves?
For instance, time waits for nobody, right?
Yeah.
Is it never too late to change and turn to a new leaf?
Of course. Obviously, I tried to get out of this lifestyle, but it will take a long time.
Like, what do you mean it will take a long time?
It will take a long time, my bro. You get me? Man's too deep in it.
There's so many legitimate jobs around. You can't land one.
But even when you get a legit job, the same guys will still be onto you.
If you stay out of their way, I don't see how that's happening. And unless you want to hang about where all this madness is happening.
When you live this lifestyle, you will understand. It's real life shit what goes on these streets. It's fucking dangerous.
As a decent person, yeah?
Yeah.
Just give an advice to a youth that's carrying a knife around and tell them the danger that it comes with and the police in criminality that they can get from it. Like, could you give them advice? If you don't want them to end up in the same shoes as you.
If you are living this life, there's only 3 ways in here. It's either you go to prison, you're dead, or you escape from it. You choose your life. Innit?
So, from your experience, how do you escape from it?
Escape from it. Through music. I'm doing the music thing right now.
Many people became very successful without having to do music in life, so how can that be the only option you would give out to so many youth looking up and
sometimes music is their hobby, it's the thing they like enjoying, it's their entertainment, it's something to do on their spare time when they're bored.
One thing, since you brought up music, do you think the dual UK music is one of the reasons that's fueling the violence around?
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. Cause obviously rival gang members, they send disses to other gang members, and this is how the conflicts start. People start giving verbal through social media such as YouTube, Instagram and Snapchat, and then afterwards it goes mad, it goes crazy. People feel like to approach you and say, why you dissing, man? And then that's where all the problem starts. All this knife crime starts from then. All because of the verbal. Trust me.
So if you had a little brother, would you let him listen to drill music?
If I had a little brother, I would tell him not to listen to this music. I would recommend not to listen to this music.
If so, why would you allow yourself to listen to such if you recommend your brother not to?
Because I enjoy it.
So you enjoy the promotion of violence?
No, but that's the lifestyle I'm living.
But that's the message you're promoting, advertising drugs and the life of breaking laws, going jail as a praise.
Well,
Or you ever tried of going legitimate, like by applying for a normal job?
nah, not really.
Why not?
You're not making enough money. It will still not help me to support myself.
So you'd rather take the risk of going to jail than living a peaceful life?
Well, I chose this lifestyle, so what else am I gonna do?
What exactly fuels you to like go make illegal money? Like what's the goal behind it?
Bro, it's all about the mullah, you get me? We all started from the bottom and now we're up here.
Yeah, you gotta have ambitions, not just
Trust
make
me,
money and not have
money
plans with it.
motivated.
So what plans you have to do with the money that
Bro,
you're making on
man's
the trap?
money motivated, you get me? Man's self-employed out here. I don't want to be working for someone. I'm not that dumb enough. You crazy? Man's out here working hard for my money, grinding and stacking. You get me? I ain't like these other guys.
So how old were you since you started trapping, to be exact?
Obviously, man was 12 years old when I started trapping still.
How did you get in?
Obviously, man was seeing people on my block, you get me, my elders, all wearing clothes, nice designer clothes, Versace, Gucci, Louis. I was loving it. I was like to them, where do you get this shit from? They were like, come on bro, you know my thing. Then I got into it. I was like, fuck, they're up still. Let me be like them. But then I made it to the top, you get me?
With any like, all your elders are probably doing time in jail, right?
Of course, bro.
So don't you think that karma is a bitch? Like
But
your
don't
time
watch that, bro. Them I will bust kids, you get me? It's light work, my guy.
that's slightly a bit too late if they're doing time already.
Trust me. Don't worry about that. They've got money patterned. They got themselves patterned up in the jailhouse, you get me? Doesn't stop the grind.
How old are you at the moment?
Man's 15 still at the moment.
Which means you have a long life ahead of you. You know, if you get busted a couple of times for selling drugs, you forbid it from buying any property. Is that how you wanna live? On rent for the rest of your life?
Man don't give a shit. Man's already been jail. You get me? I don't mind going back. You get me? If you're a big man out here doing road, go serve your time. Don't be crying about it. Don't start bitching and that. You get me? Because some people out there are half-hearted. They do this for their fashion. Trust me. But I'm here to get out the struggles and support myself in every way. Put money on my mum's table.
So
Feed my family, you get me?
would you
That's my mentality right there.
would you consider yourself as a positive or negative role model?
You know me? I try to tell people to get a stop being involved in gangs. You know why? Because I've had a bad experience myself. Even though I'm doing it right now, I advise the young youths them to not do it. Because from my experience, I learned that hard way, and I don't want that happening to them.
As a message for the youth, to keep him off road, since you don't want him to end up like you, give him an honest opinion of what you think the trap is. Realize, no lying, no the real story, what goes on that you know beyond the story, the stories that nobody like to elaborate on. They're all just rapping the music about how much money they're making, but never advertise the risk that they take. Can you elaborate on that, like what goes on behind the scene?
I can't do that still. You're asking man too many questions. Like, fuck this, man.
And the head seats to the castle. Flows on beat like the beat of a heart. Most of these niggas trying to be what they can't.